So knowing that ads are that multiplier, ads are that key to unlock that next level in your business, to get you that exposure to more people so that you can be in service of the people that need you. There are people out there that need your services that don't know about you. Ads help start that conversation with them. So maybe if ads feel icky, if they don't feel right to you, maybe a good shift here, maybe a good mindset change to shift that would be to think of ads merely as a conversation starter. Welcome to the Action Taker podcast. Hi, I'm Lauren Cosgrave, and I'm a business coach. In this podcast, you'll find an action-packed look at the strategies, tactics, and mindset that lead to successful online coaching, consulting, and service businesses, even if you're a mighty team of one. Hello there, action takers. It's Lauren Cosgrave. Welcome to the podcast today. We're going to be talking about a really fun topic, and a question that I get all the time is, Lauren, when is the right time for me to start running ads for my business? Love this question. I'm a big believer in advertising. I believe that it's a skill that we all need to learn if we are an online service business owner. And so we're going to dive in today of how do you know when is the right time for you to start ads with your business? Because it may not be straight out of the gate, the first thing you want to do with running ads. Some people may start there, others may not. It's usually more of a slow roll and a ramp up. So what we're going to cover today is how to know when is the right time. What are some of the basic tools that you need to be able to effectively run an ad campaign? What are some of the parts of your program that you need to have in place so that you can be, make it a success, so that you're not one of those people that's out there being like, ads don't work. I hear that all the time, and it just wouldn't be true. It's just not true, because so many people continue to use ads and they're successful. Now, why is it that ads are so important? Why is this a critical skill that you have to learn in your business as a business owner? There is, first and foremost, a limit to your own capabilities as a human being and the amount of hours that there are in a day. Okay, 100% organic marketing, meaning you are out there shaking hands, you are meeting people, you are going to your networking events, you're telling people about your products and services, can only get you so far. And those are incredible, really important skills for you to learn early on in your business, and you should never stop doing that. But you will plateau. You'll hit a point where you're either going to get burned out or you can't sustain it anymore. And you may want to take a vacation once in a while. I don't know about you, but I need vacations and I need breaks so that I can come back stronger. And ads allow you to continue that conversation with people while you're sleeping, while you're taking a break, while you're on a vacation. Okay, so ads truly are that multiplier. Now, what makes ads so scary is seeing people that invest tons of money in it, is seeing those businesses that are talking about thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a day that they're dropping on Facebook advertising. You don't have to start there. You can start in as little as $2 to $4 a day with ads. So know that there's an entire range of maturity when it comes to advertising and using Facebook ads. And I also want to talk a little bit about your mindset around ads. So knowing that ads are that multiplier, ads are that key to unlock that next level in your business, to get you that exposure to more people so that you can be in service of the people that need you. There are people out there that need your services that don't know about you. Ads help start that conversation with them. So maybe if ads feel icky, if they don't feel right to you, maybe a good shift here, maybe a good mindset change to shift that would be to think of ads merely as a conversation starter. It's your way of shaking hands with hundreds of people at a time and paying Facebook to do that for you. That's all a good ad is a start of a conversation. Marketing in general is nothing but having a conversation via the platform of ads, billboards, anything that you may see that could be deemed advertising, something that drops into your mail. That's the start of a conversation. I want to share a couple statistics here also. This number changes, but I've hear everything from about 20 to 30 plus touch points is how many touch points a consumer needs before they're ready to make a buying decision. That's a lot of touch points. And if you are resting your laurels on you doing all of those touch points yourself, it is going to be a long, slow boat to China, my friend, getting your business off the ground. And I don't want that for you. I want speed. I want more touch points, okay? So, okay, now we've talked a little bit about the philosophy, a little bit about the why. I do want to note here a little bit of, current events that are going on right now. Depending on when you're listening to this podcast, Apple iOS is coming out with a new update that's impacting the way advertising is going to be delivered to consumers on the iOS platform. A lot of hubbub out there. It is not the end of the world. This is actually the biggest takeaway that you should take from this is that ads is an ever evolving and changing system. It is never a set it and forget it tool. So know that this is a skill that you're going to start building that'll work into the rhythms of your business. Do some research on that iOS 14 update if you're really interested in it, if you are a more advanced Facebook ads user. But this episode isn't for you if you're an advanced Facebook ads. This is if you're like never even done ads and you're like, when do I start? Or like, how do I maybe you've had a failed attempt in the past and you want to revisit that. You want to try again. Okay. All right, so now let's talk about how do you know if you're ready to start running Facebook ads. First of all, you need some key foundations in your business. You really need to know who you serve, who your people are. So I talk about this a lot as opposed to niching as knowing the psychographics of your people, of your tribe, of the people that you serve best. So ads are most effective when you have that information, when you have that level of experience, a minimum at least that you know the conversation that's in your clients' heads. You've had enough sales calls that you know what those questions are that come to you time and time again so that you can write effective copy. Now, I could go down an entire rabbit hole about writing copy. We're just going to keep this conversation focused on when is the right time to launch ads. If you have other questions about copywriting, about what type of ads to do, whether they should be video or image, or what's the difference between all the different types of Facebook ad campaigns that you can launch, a lead one, a conversion campaign, I don't know what those mean. Head over to the Facebook group. Head over to facebook.com/group/action taker community. That's your place to be able to ask questions and get help. You can DM me on Instagram also at Lauren Cosgrave Co. So use that as your resource if you have any questions that come out of this episode, okay? All right, so you know your people. If you have some questions around that, the next thing that you need is a solid program. So you need to know your people, number one. And then number two, you got to have some things that you want to sell to them. You need to have some programs that you're like, yes, I am ready to fill these. And if you have a high, medium, and low offer, that is even better. That's really going to, pack the biggest bang for the buck. But you can start a Facebook ad campaign even if you just have one product offering. For example, if you're a coach and you just do one-on-one coaching, private coaching, you can launch ads with just that. So you need at least one program that's rolling, something that you're confident in selling. All right, so that's it as far as your business, as far as the foundations of your business. Now I want to shift into talking about tools. Okay, so you know your people and you have a program you're ready to sell. What tools do you need to be able to effectively have a good Facebook ad campaign? Well, the first thing that I recommend doing when you start out doing a Facebook ad campaign is start small and let's just start building your email list. That is the only conversion that we are targeting. We're striving to get people to give us their name and email and start growing our email list, which is a super valuable asset for any online business owner. So because that is our objective, there's a couple things that you need to be able to grow that list. If you don't have any place to store those names and emails, it won't be a very fruitful campaign, okay? So you need, number one, an email service provider. What do I mean by that? That is what we refer to as MailChimp. Kajabi is the one that I highly recommend. I will link down below a link to get Kajabi. You can do all of these tools. You can get them in Kajabi if you're interested in it. Disclaimer, it is an affiliate link. If you're interested in joining Kajabi, I highly recommend it. And if you have any questions about Kajabi, it is my preferred platform and I love teaching people how to use it. So you will get an email service provider if you sign up for Kajabi. MailChimp will work just fine, or there's a whole bunch of other ones out there. There's Kartra, there's Infusionsoft. I mean, if you just Google business email service provider, there's a ton there, okay? You're going to need to be able to create landing pages. So after you have an email service provider, a place to be able to put people's names and emails, you then have to have a place to collect that, like an opt-in page. You can directly do this through Facebook. It is worth testing, but it's also really, really great to have a landing page that you can send people to capture those names and emails so that you can design it and craft it that you're going to be what it is that you're going to ask for in return for getting that name and email. Okay, so that brings me to the other piece, the tool that you need is a lead magnet. You need something that can host some type of PDF document or whatever your lead magnet is. I do typically recommend a PDF document as a good starter lead magnet, something that's consumable in 5 to 10 minutes. A top 10 list, a tips and tricks list, a framework that you use with your clients. Something that's the exchange there. Like people are paying the price of their email to be able to receive something in return from you. So you got to have a lead magnet. And then you have to have, this is an optional one, but if you want to sell something to someone, if you want to say, get their name and email, give them some value, and then provide an offer to them, you need a way to collect money, right? You need a way to get that order form out there. So those are the things that you need. As I said before, Kajabi will host all of those. Kajabi is an email service provider. You can create endless landing pages. You can host order forms through there, and you can host PDF documents of your lead magnet. So it's a one-stop shop, which is why I'm such a fan of the platform. And again, you can click the link down below if you want to join and check out Kajabi. You get a 14-day free trial. All right, so you've got all these things in place. Now, this is when you know that you're ready to launch that first Facebook ad. You're like, okay, I've only got like 100 people that are friends and family on my email list. I need to start getting my message out there. You know you're ready. Okay, my friends? So if you have those few basic tools in place and you have a program that's starting to get some traction, turn those ads on. Get into the ad world. Go spend a couple of dollars a day and try it out. Google it. Go search YouTube. There's a ton of resources out there. Again, out of scope of this podcast for me to go on about how to effectively set up your business manager and get ads running. But it's truly not that complicated. It's just a skill that you need to learn. And there's so much, there's just such a wealth of information out there. I'm going to challenge you to go search and do this and get out there. If you want that help to set up your ads, it's something that we work on in the Action Taker Elite program. And so go check out the Action Taker Elite at laurencosgrave.com/elite and fill out the application there. If you are interested in learning more about, hey, help me with my ads, Lauren, we can help you get this ad campaign up and running and start growing your email list. Now, in closing, I want to wrap up some best practices around growing your email list through Facebook ads. You got to do something with those people. You have to commit. If you're going to do this, you have to commit to emailing your list at least once a week and staying in that conversation with them. If Facebook's going to start the conversation for us, it's then up to you to continue that conversation, which you can do through email sequences. You can do through sending out just your weekly newsletter. You can do it through calls to action to join your Facebook community, to follow you on social media. But your goal is always to continue that conversation with those people that are on your list. The second best practice is make sure that you're giving clear call to actions and pitching some offers, okay? That's the only way you're going to make money is if you say, hey, I have this thing. If it's a good fit for you, buy it. So don't be afraid to put out that clear call to action. The third best practice I want to mention is like, what is your metrics? How do you know if your ad is performing well? You want to target less than $3 per email. And this is just a simple math equation, right? You calculate how much money did you spend on your ad over a week, how many emails did your list grow by in a week, and then you get your price per email. That is like if you're going to do nothing else as far as like tracking metrics, there's like a bajillion metrics you can track when it comes to ads, and people totally nerd out on it. But that is the cornerstone metric that you want to target is what is your price per email. And the goal would be less than $3. You've got a pretty good performing ad out there. And then last but not least, make sure you're checking your ads daily. Ads can be performing really well for a while, and then they can change. There could be changes to operating systems. There's, it's an auction-based system. So it all depends on who's playing in the market for that day. And you really have to stay on top of it. And if it's not working, just switch it off. The cool thing about Facebook ads is you are in total control. You have the ability to turn that switch on and off all you want. Now, don't do it too frequently. You need to give Facebook some time to like figure out like who your how your ad's going to respond, but know that you are in control and that you can always switch that ad off and the spend will stop from that point that you switch it off. Okay, action takers, are you ready to go launch your first ad campaign? Are you ready to get in the game and start building your email list with Facebook ads? I hope that this helped. I hope that you have some more clarity around whether you are right for Facebook ads or not. I'd love to hear where are you at in your ads journey. If you head over to Facebook group or message me on Instagram, I'd love to hear about like where are you at? Have you not started ads? Have you had a bad experience in the past? Let's talk about it. I'm here to help you. All right, action takers, remember that normal is boring, success is inevitable, and action taking is replacing the grind. And I'll see you next time here on the Action Taker Podcast.